And for those who can hear, let them hear. And if you seek, you shall find. So, started off, I've been researching this for about well over 10 years. This specific thing is free will and what it all means. But I really sat with the Lord the past week or so to bring it all together for me. To bring it all together. So, from what I gathered of the meaning of free will is the ultimate gift. It's an ultimate gift from the divine, from God, the Most High, whatever you want to call the cosmic force that has brought us here all together. And with that gift, this is a gift that can't be taken away. So we have a gift of choice and choosing. We get to decide within our own physical bodies what we wish to do. And even with our thoughts, the thoughts that we have the ability to choose which ones we will entertain, which ones we will accept. Just how you're able to choose who you want to be with at the end of the day, who you want to be in a relationship with, you have that same level of choice with everything else in your life, whether it comes down to what you eat, where you work, and just a whole bunch of different things. I'm pretty sure, anything you could think of, you have a choice in that. And that's where it has always led me to, even back when I was in high school, back around, freshman year when I was really delving deep into all of this. One thing I used to always say to people is that you always have a choice. Even when I'll give advice, I'll give at least three options. 'Cause I'm not going to give you this or that. Like, you have multiple options. You just have to sometimes think outside of the box. Because since most of us, we're creatures of habit. Definitely creatures of habit. And we can sometimes get lost in the sauce, get in the mix of whatever we've been doing. We establish routines, and bad habits die hard. Trust me, I still got a few I'm working on, so definitely preaching to the choir on that note. So as far as free will goes, there's also a level of divine intervention that also comes into play, but divine intervention will probably be another topic for another day. So the way that this world works is kind of like you have certain degrees of choices that you can make within your life. And certain times or certain events, no matter what the choice, is going to bring you to that event. So regardless, you have certain meetup points of these choices or a layout of options that you have. They break down into different paths. And when we look at certain things, like some of us, I know I've had my moments of where I'll just be committed to the cause because, like, I'm already this far. I might as well go all the way. But and that in itself is a choice because at any point in your life, you can say, you know what, I do not want this anymore. I do not like this. I choose something else. For an example, I was attempting to fast the other day, and within that attempt, I had I was reading, my books, reading the Word too, and I was doing good for the most part. And oh my gosh, when life was bringing that test around of, oh yeah, this food smells so good. Oh yeah, we never kind of likes this, But I would never sacrifice myself over, a cheat meal, just a cheat meal. But it hit a point in the day where it was just like, dang, I was hungry, and I had stopped. And I even said to myself, like, dang, am I really gonna do this? Like, dang, I could just go home right now. I could make it these next few hours. But I'm not gonna lie to you, the hunger got to me, and I made that active choice to say, you know what? No, I'm gonna go get something to eat right now. I want it. Looking back, would I probably say to myself, dang, I could have made it? Yeah. But that's an example of that free will and choice. So the divine gives us, even with all the chaos that's down here, and the divine watching us and seeing everything that's going on. And a lot of people will say, well, why doesn't God step in and just make everything better or just take this out? Then that's not free will. That's not a freedom of choice. If I say, yeah, you could choose whatever, but I'm leaving all of this extraness out, good or bad, because it's almost like an overprotective parent. Overprotective parent, they can say they know what's best for you, but they don't allow you to make mistakes. They don't allow you to, see the world for yourself for what it really is, because they want to be that overprotective parent. The divine isn't going to be that overprotective parent. The divine loves you. The divine is going to want you to make better choices. So what the divine does is the divine will send hints. Sometimes the hints can be in numbers. Sometimes hints can be in, like, people around you. They might say something, and even that person might need that hint too. So it happens, and it's up to us as people, as we're living here on this earth. We have to be willing to pay attention to some of the signs and hints that are given to us, because the divine will never directly intervene with your life unless it's something that you're not supposed to experience. I talked to a young man the other day. Let's call him Swim just for now. He had items on him that he wasn't supposed to have. He was in an Uber. After he got in the Uber, boom, feel me, 12 pulled up, whatever, whatever. He's like, dang, this shit crazy. And this young man, could have, been in a sticky situation. But luckily, me listening to his story, it just clicked with me that, like, dang, that was a divine intervention moment. Like, you weren't meant to get caught up that day, because he's a good kid. He knows better. Is there something that he's consistently doing that would have got him roped up? No, it was a one-off. But those are examples of divine intervention, of where you're not meant to get into something. So you know what? There will be some saving grace, because grace is given. Grace is definitely given, no matter how bad you think you are. Grace is given. That's the thing. It's the thing. Us, from our human understandings, because of how we attach to things, we're gonna say no, that's not possible. No, that shouldn't be how things are. Or we box ourselves in because of our thoughts. And that's the major thing, is that we box ourselves in, even into unhappy places. Even into unhappy places, we can box ourselves in because it's a routine, it's comfortable, what's next. And a lot of the times, what prevents us from exercising our free will is the unknown, or because someone has presented us options and we believe those people who present us these options that these are the only way. Is no, these aren't the only ways. Like just how mathematics come into a solution for a question. There's multiple ways to go about it. There may be the standard way, but there's multiple ways to come to a solution. It just comes to thinking outside of the box and really and truthfully stepping out of the sauce. Because when you're caught up in the chaos, you're caught up in the sauce, your mind doesn't function as if it was, a third party listening to the matter. As third parties, we tend to have good ideas of, like, oh yeah, this is how you would get out of that, or yeah, no, I wouldn't have got myself into that, seeing how this is. But when you're in the sauce, it's a lot different. So with free will, it's something that's given to everyone. We all have it. We all have the right to use it. Anyone that tells you that you have no other choice, one thing I used to say way back in the day of why I never liked the phrase "I had no other choice" is because even though you're caught between a rock and a hard place, it's still a rock and a hard place. Still two things. So, like, comment, let me know you guys' thoughts down below.
Turn me on, been taking turns, it don't make no sense. On and on, listen all day long till the sun return. We've been waiting on this. Money long, all the money gone. I ain't left with none, except for my 2 cents. We been chasing them downs, but I ain't left no bitch. We just changing the world, and it gon' sound like this.